WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Hi there, good Friday morning. Great to have you with us here for our live stream here on Action 2 News This Morning. I'm Tammy Elliott.
And I'm Emerson Lehman. So great to have you join us. We'll try that again for this Friday live stream. And we want to start this morning with that search for Elijah Vue that continues in Two Rivers.
And as you know, we have been closely following it, and you are too. So let's get right to our live reporter, Emily Roberts, joining us this morning. So Emily, there are some new ways for people to help. So what can people do?
Absolutely, Tammy, Emerson. This is really helpful for folks who cannot make it all the way to Two Rivers. Just last week, we were reporting that donations could come in, but they'd have to come in directly to City Hall or the police department service windows. Now, people can donate from the comfort of their own homes just by logging onto their computer. If you head to WBAY.com/links, the very top one right now, you'll see if you click it, it takes you to the Two Rivers City website where there are two online donation funds currently set up to help in the search for Elijah. So one of them goes towards investigation costs, food, water, things that are really adding up as this investigation for Elijah continues. Law enforcement searching areas like landfills, the rivers, neighborhoods, all over the place. So you can imagine those costs are likely adding up, as well as taking care of all of those officers who are participating in that search. The other fund goes towards reward money for any information that helps bring Elijah home. So two different funds there, both very helpful. And I'm sure that folks who can't make it to Two Rivers are going to be using those. It's a really easy way to feel like you're getting involved, even if you can't come out and search. There is also, I just confirmed moments ago with Linda Vue, Elijah's aunt. She approves of some donation funds set up by her co-worker and friend Amber Berman. So these are a Venmo and a PayPal, and if you head to Linda Vue's Facebook page, you'll be able to find those. We haven't posted them on WBAY yet because they're so recent. I just got these confirmed. So those go toward the search parties that are being hosted by the family. They're really taking care of all of those searchers, and I just spoke with the organizer, and she tells me that any money left over at the very end is actually going back to the community, if there is any. So that's pretty special as well.
And we've been noticing this outpouring of support, Emily. What are you hearing from the community members as the search continues and people are trying to help?
Right. Our Action 2 News team continues to speak with a lot of different organizations, a lot of different people participating in these search parties. Last night we spoke to the deacon at St. Peter the Fisherman Catholic Parish right here in Two Rivers. And he has a pretty unique perspective because he's so deeply involved in the community, and he actually donated part of that parish to help with the law enforcement investigation last week. So he's saying that, no matter where you go in Two Rivers, people are talking about this. People are worried. It's keeping people up at night. He says that he's added prayers for the patron saint of lost people and things to try helping bring Elijah home. So it's really a big community effort. Everyone just putting their hearts into this, crossing their fingers that someone finds Elijah as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And thanks for that updated information there. We know that even when we're not seeing you on the air, you're constantly working all those sources and giving everyone, all of our viewers here, the very latest from Two Rivers. Appreciate that, Emily.
Time now for a conversation about the weather with Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon. And we have wrapped up the winter in the terms of the meteorological sense, and
Right.
It was the warmest one, Steve.
December, January, February. Those 3 months. That's what meteorologists consider winter. Now, we consider March 1st the first day of meteorological spring. The actual vernal equinox is not until March 19th. But that said, and we first alerted you this was going to happen over a month ago. Now it's officially in the books. This is now officially the warmest winter on record. And we've been keeping weather records since 1886 here in Green Bay. So over the past 3 months, Green Bay's average temperature has been 30.7 degrees. We crushed the previous record of 27.7 degrees by 3 degrees Fahrenheit. 3 degrees Fahrenheit doesn't sound like a lot, But when you take that and then multiply that by how many days in 3 months, it wasn't even close. It was easily destroyed. And it really isn't even that cold out the door, guys. We're mostly in the low 30s. A breezy south wind kept the temperature steady overnight. Now, there is a little bit of a wind chill factor. It really feels like the 20s out there. But as we go through today, that south wind is going to warm you up. We'll see a high near 51 with cooler 40s along the lakeshore. And I think we're going to see lots of sunshine all the way through your Friday.
We like the
Sunshine
sun.
on a Friday. We
That's
love
good.
the sun.
Yeah, and we're going into our telethon weekend. We always talk about that, how you feel like you're turning the page and like all of a sudden, okay, we can feel that spring coming, but yeah, we have felt warmer weather, all winter, I guess.
Right, because I mean, it's been the warmest winter. And across the Midwest, it really isn't that cold. I mean, we're in the 30s and 40s. There's a high pressure system in towards the Atlantic seaboard. And around that high pressure system, the south wind is drawing in this balmy weather for the first day of March. And the snow that we got earlier this week, oh, that's going to be bye-bye by the end of the weekend. That's all going to melt away. So First Alert Pinpoint Predictor shows what's going to happen for today. We'll see highs around 50 for inland areas, but along the lakeshore, it's typical to be cooler. Lake Michigan's still on the chilly side, so highs will be in the low and mid 40s. There is going to be that wind. I do expect a little bit of a wind chill factor this morning. The winds will be gusting around 20, 25 miles an hour. But with the high pressure system still large and in charge, you're going to see a lot of blue skies, not much of any cloud cover. Now, Predictor does have a couple thin clouds, mainly south of Green Bay this afternoon and evening, but otherwise, March comes in like a lamb. Maybe a lamb with curly locks that are just blowing in the wind. Kind of like some beefy, beefcake guy on like a romance novel. That's kind of how March comes in. It comes in like a lamb with curly locks flowing in the wind.
You can tell it's Friday, Steve. You're getting extra creative.
Extra, right?
Never know what's going to come next. I love it.
What are you guys doing this weekend?
The
CP
telethon.
Telethon.
No,
We'll
besides that, how about this for an idea? Manitowoc's got their Ghost Ship Festival. It looks like this evening it'll be about 37 with clear to partly cloudy skies.
Spooky.
Saturday, 47 with some sun. But as the wind comes up the Lake Michigan shoreline, there might be a little bit of spooky fog for that Ghost Ship Festival, maybe. And then in Brown County, we've got the home showcase, Brown County Home Showcase this weekend. 50s on Saturday, low 60s on Sunday. Looks like a dry weekend, a little bit breezy, which is going to increase the fire danger. It's something that bears some watching. So here's the First Alert 7-day forecast. And it looks like we'll see temperatures into the 50s and 60s. Now, our next weather maker is coming in late Sunday night into Monday. We'll have a chance of some rain, perhaps a couple isolated thunderstorms. But for the most part, between now and the middle of next week, it looks pretty mild and dry, guys.
Mild, dry, sunshine, Friday, new month.
We like
You're
it.
all smiles.
We like it.
Yeah, we are.
We love it.
All right, Steve, thank you. Okay, want to talk now with Aisha and First Alert Safety Desk. A couple of topics that you're covering. One of them starting with talking about alcohol use during the pandemic.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about this before, but we have a brand new report. It's by the CDC talking about excessive alcohol use and the amount of deaths that happened during the pandemic. So just 2020 and 2021, those 2 years. And it said about 178,000 people died from excessive alcohol use each year. So that's, I don't know. When I saw that number, I was pretty shocked.
It's a huge number.
It is a big number. It says 448 deaths per day is what that equals out to. And then we looked at numbers here in Wisconsin. And again, this is all the pandemic. So during that time, alcohol, it says, is blamed for 75,601 deaths over that 2-year period. A lot more men in this case in Wisconsin. Which is different from the national average. It was a lot more women who were impacted on a national front. But a lot of this, they wanted to look back to see how people were doing. You might remember you were able to get in some places alcohol delivered during the pandemic because a lot of those restrictions were eased.
Curbside pickup and
Curbside
whatnot
pickup
as well.
for margaritas.
Right.
Remember that whole thing? So they think that some of that had to do with it. Of course, loneliness during the pandemic. A lot of people stressed out, as we remember. So this was done to look back for one, but also to see what we could do because it seems like people are still struggling even though we're past the pandemic. So they have a whole list of things that the community can do, we can do for loved ones who are struggling. So I thought that was pretty impactful.
An important study there. And then I know we talk a lot about, a lot of people have these doorbell cameras,
Yeah.
these doorbell, different
I
types
have
of cameras
one.
there.
Yeah.
For safety reasons.
Yes,
Exactly.
of course.
That's
Keeping,
what we're thinking
make sure you see who's coming, who's
Right.
going, things of that nature, but
Yeah.
important alert for those as well.
Yeah, so we've got some pretty popular ones that were sold on Amazon. We've got Walmart. There's the websites Shein and Temu, which I've heard a lot of people use before. But the brand Eakin, it's an Eakin-made doorbell, video doorbell that's got some pretty serious safety flaws, according to Consumer Reports. They're a nonprofit investigation organization, and so they said the Eakin Group is to blame for this. These are some of these claims that say that bad people can see your footage. They can tap into your camera, basically, see your footage, get your your still shots that you can get from those cameras, and basically just override you on your own app and get into it for whatever reason. Which is not good. I mean, that feels uncomfortable, right? So
Don't want that happening.
don't want that. So again, it's the Eakin and Tuck. And there's some other ones because it's a Chinese company that's got several other brand names. So check our website, WBAY.com, to make sure that you don't have one of these at home. And if you do, look into it, contact the company, get a refund, all that stuff. All that good stuff.
Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Sure.
Very important information there. And sticking with that consumer trend, we've got a first alert about a phone scam. And Tammy, you're hearing that people in Wisconsin, they're losing money to this.
Yeah, they thought it was a deal for their cable. And maybe you've gotten one of these phone calls making it sound like it's Spectrum Cable calling you, but it's the exact opposite. And I talked to the Better Business Bureau about this. People are losing, in some cases, hundreds of dollars to these scammers posing as Spectrum Cable. Listen to one of these scam calls.
Hi there. This is to inform you that Spectrum has applied a 50% discount offer on your monthly bill, which is expiring today.
That's just one example of one of these scam calls. So that voicemail then directs you to a phone number to call them to get that 50% off discount. And an investigator with the Better Business Bureau who I talked to explains how this scam plays out. And she basically says that they're going to tell you that you have to buy gift cards in order to get this deal. And basically, people think that, okay, I guess in order to get this deal, I have to pay a full year's worth of this. But we always talk about that. If you pay with a gift card, it's a scam. If you're asked to pay with a gift card, that's a scam.
And that 50% off, that sounds like an incredible deal, but
sure.
another big warning. If it sounds maybe too good to be true, there's a lot of times that's probably a scam as well.
Right, and one of the reasons why the Better Business Bureau, Lisa Schiller's the investigator, she told me why they think that people might be believing this is because they're saying that Target, which is the gift cards they're asking for, Target and Spectrum are working together. They're joining in to be able to give you this discount, so they want you to buy these Target gift cards to pay your Spectrum cable bill.
And
not true.
Don't listen to that.
Absolutely
and
not.
Spectrum is aware of this as well. What have they told you about
right,
this?
so I reached out to them, and they've got a big warning on their website as well about this. We have a link to that at WBAY.com. And then here's part of the statement that Spectrum, a spokesperson, told me. Never provide your personal account or payment info over the phone. Spectrum will never call you asking for this info. And Spectrum also doesn't accept payment through Bitcoin, gift cards. They do not accept payment through gift cards, any banking apps such as Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. So again, such an important, we say this message all the time. If they're asking you to pay with a gift card, it's a scam. So this is a scam. We're going to talk more about this. I have my full story coming up at 5 o'clock tonight.
Keep an eye for that full story. Looking forward to seeing that.
Because I know a lot of people have gotten these Spectrum
It sounds
phone
so
calls.
realistic too.
Yeah,
So you gotta
and there's versions of it. So
keep your guard up.
Right.
All right. Well, we're also very excited, not only because it's Friday, but it is a huge weekend here at WBAY TV, the 70th anniversary of the CP Telethon.
Yeah, it's happening this weekend. Kristen, we've all been involved with this for several years, and there's a lot that's staying the same, but there's a big part that's changing, and you're part of that, so tell us.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a twist on it this year. We're in the auditorium upstairs, and you can see that it is set up for the telethon. So part of it is staying the same. On Sunday, the telethon will be happening right here all day long. in the auditorium starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so that will stay the same. There'll be the same entertainment, the same performers that you've come to know and love over the years for this telethon. But on Saturday, that's when it's changing. And typically the telethon will kick off right here on Saturday night, but this year will be CP's first ever telethon live stream. So kind of much like we're doing right now, it's going to be a live stream. It's going to be happening over at CP, and I'm very proud and honored to be the host of that this year. And during that live stream, there's going to be 4 different segments. One is going to be focusing on health and wellness, where we will take a look at some of the exercise programs for the adult day services there. We'll also be cooking up some healthy recipes. We'll also be talking to some of the pediatric therapists there who do speech, occupational, physical therapy. We'll be talking about their services and then have a chat with them about maybe some of the best toys for child development. So if you have little ones at home and have questions, that's a great segment to tune in for. It's going to be very interactive. The whole thing will wrap up with a game of Family Feud, and of course we'll be taking donations throughout as well.
And we just saw a video of you and your daughter there at CP. We know that you've used their services.
Yeah.
It's so important to your family. So many people in the community.
Yeah, you know, that was, you probably saw some video of my daughter Braylon in speech therapy there with her therapist Michelle, and all 3 of my girls have actually been clients at CP at one point or another, utilizing their different pediatric therapy services, OT, PT, speech, and I cannot say enough good things about what they do. And I'm hosting this event, this live stream, because I want to be there, because I believe in what they do. I wouldn't be touting something that I didn't believe in, but I'm a testament to it. My family is a testament to it. And I'm just one person in the community. They've helped so many thousands of people, and they do such amazing things. So please be sure to tune in this weekend and learn more about what they do if you don't know, and donate or make a pledge if you can.
We're excited. Thank you so much, Kristen. And Emerson, your first
First
CP
one.
Telethon. It'll be great.
Looking
you
forward.
will be amazed at the energy in our WBAY auditorium.
Going to be certainly a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. We're going to get ready for our cut-in, and we will send it over to the overview that you can see here. We'll see you all on Monday morning. Make it a great weekend.
Take care.